Hey there YouTube and welcome to Will-O-Vision. I wanted to make a quick tutorial on how to dodge missiles in Call of Duty Warzone. So something that I've noticed in Warzone is that nobody actually knows how to dodge missiles, and there isn't any sort of tutorial on how to do so in the game itself. So welcome to today's lesson on how to dodge missiles in Warzone 101. So when you're flying a helicopter, you may have never noticed this, but at the bottom of your screen, you'll see the controls listed for how to pilot the helicopter. As you can see here, the left and right bumper control the use of your helicopter's flares. Flares are used by aircraft to redirect heat-seeking missiles away from an aircraft to prevent it from being destroyed. But there is a level of skill to using the flares because they must be deployed at the right time in order for them to work properly. When you receive a missile lock, don't fire off your flares right away. You need to wait until you hear the enemy missile approaching behind you and then fire off your flares. The missile will have a very sharp, distinct sound, so be sure to listen carefully for it, just like so. Here's that sound for you again so you can get a good idea of when you need to redirect the missile with your flares. The bad news about flares in Warzone is that you can't constantly use them. Once you've used the flares once, you'll need to wait for about a minute or so before you can use them again. So what can you do if you've used your flares and you're being tracked by a second missile? What I like to do is that once I have one missile incoming, I immediately try to lower my altitude and fly closer to the ground. While this does potentially expose me to ground fire, it's more important that I get away from whoever has the guided missile launcher, and I can get away from enemy ground fire by maneuvering around buildings and geographical features such as trees and hills. Flying closer to the ground, I'll then redirect the missile flying at me. So if I can't get away from the person launching rockets at me in time to use another round of flares, I can try to dodge the missile by staying close to the ground and flying low enough for the missile to crash into a building, a tree, or a sharp hill or something. Keep in mind that a good insurance policy on helicopters is to launch more than one guided missile at them at a time, so you'll want to try to get low to avoid the missile launcher, because it's always best to deal with one missile at a time. Another added benefit of flying low is that it makes locking onto your helicopter much more difficult for the teams aiming at you. Food for thought. One of the best things you can possibly have at your disposal when flying a helicopter is the trophy system. If you throw a trophy system in the back of your helicopter, you and your helicopter will receive the same trophy system protections that you get on the ground for up to 3 missiles. Alrighty, so there you have it, how to avoid missiles in Warzone. Please be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe, and thank you so much for tuning in. Alrighty, so you've made it to the end of the video. I'm always working on new content, so please feel free to like and subscribe because it's a really big help. As always, thanks for tuning in.